What's up, guys? This is Ian here, coach of your Ladner Lanturn, bringing you guys our Week 9 team builder, taking on Jeanne and the Glendale Gardevoir. His team consists of Rabombi, Lycanroc Dusk as a Z user, Kecleon, Frogadier as a Z user, Gabite, Carnivine, Lantern all Z users, Delphox, Alolan Dugtrio, Emolga as a Z user, and Girder. I'm not expecting. I'll go over that in a sec. Actually, he has priority options in Lycanroc Dusk with Accelerock and Sucker Punch, Kecleon with Fake Out and Sucker Punch, Alolan Dugtrio with Sucker Punch, and Girder with Mach Punch. That's a lot of priority that threatens some very key members of my team. He has Hazard setting in Rabombi with Sticky Web, Lycanroc with Stealth Rock, Kecleon with Stealth Rock, Frogadier with Toxic Spikes, Gabite with Stealth Rock, and Alolan Dugtrio with Stealth Rock. Removal options in Rabombi with Defog, Carnivine with Defog, and Emolga with Defog, and a 4x weakness in Gabite to Ice. I'm not super playing around that very well, and honestly his team actually has a pretty decent matchup against mine. It does look really frail on paper, and he doesn't have a whole lot of bulk going for him. Like, he doesn't really have switch-ins to things, but he's got fast offense with webs. And granted, I don't think the webs actually matter against my team because my offense isn't quick at all, but we'll sort of see how it plays out. I'm actually really scared about this matchup. He's got a lot of stuff that can threaten me. And just to sort of talk about this before we get too deep into the team builder, based on his record, he hasn't played COG yet, and I don't think that he's going to be playing COG before our match. So that'll be up in the air. But if we do win this game, we will move ourselves to 8-1. Jeanne is the next best record in our conference at 3-3. And so, actually, I can just verify that. I'm pretty sure he is. Yeah. He's 3-3, and so is Zach. Zach and the Adelaide Red Racks are also 3-3 last time I checked. But Jeanne is in our division, which is what really matters. So divisional winners automatically make playoffs, and that's my goal, is to win the division. I'm looking really strong. Like, I have a 4-game lead over the next division opponent, and this is week 9. So there's only 4 weeks left because we play 12 weeks. So week 9 is week 10, week 11, and week 12. If I win week 9, then there's only 3 games to go, and I would have a 5-game lead over Jeanne. So it wouldn't matter even if he beats COG at that point. As long as I win this game, I'd have a 5-game lead over him, and he's the next best record in the division. And so I would clinch the division and therefore clinch playoffs at that point. I believe because I beat Austin, I'm in a position to where I can clinch playoffs with a win here and clinch the division with 4 games left. So that's my goal, honestly. My conference doesn't look as stacked as the other conference does when you have people like Cade, Jay, and Dom all with like 6 wins over there, and then I'm sitting over here with 7 in our conference, but there's no one really contesting me. So yeah, I think that is going to be likely, and again, that's my goal for this week. So in terms of what I'm expecting and not expecting, I'm not expecting Gabite, Carnivine, or Emolga. Emolga could come as a Jeanne Mega Check. It is his best Jeanne Mega Check on the team, so it's kind of a maybe to me on whether or not he brings Emolga. It's amazing Jeanne Mega Check. It's a static abuser for things like Darmanitan, U-turning on it. I just don't know if it's got the power to deal with the rest of my team, honestly. It gets kind of walled by a lot of stuff. I mean, like, even like Rampardos walls it, right? So Carnivine could come. It could very well come. It's pretty slow. It's a defogger if he thinks that I'm going to bring my Shelmet against him. And Shelmet doesn't look horrible, don't get me wrong, but some key things threaten Shelmet out. And while it can wall something like Girder, I don't want to risk like a bulk up Girder set just sort of sweeping my team. And last but not least is Gabite. I really don't think Gabite's going to come. I mean, like, he could bring a Stealth Rocks Gabite set, but it's just not... It doesn't have the power output that a Garchomp does, and I just don't... I don't know, man. Like, he's got it as a ground type, but like Lanturn's a better electric community on his team, and he's already got a Alolan Dugtrio as another ground type. So I don't know. Gabite just really doesn't seem like it's going to come to me. I think Frogadier, Rabombi, Lycanroc Dusk are all 100% coming. I'm a little bit skeptical about Lanturn because it's not a good electric community against Rotom-Mow. None of his electric communities are a good electric community against Rotom-Mow because Rotom-Mow doesn't have a problem with the other side of that. Girder's 100% coming, I think, as well. And then it's sort of a toss-up between Kecleon, Delphox, and Alolan Dugtrio to me. And Lanturn, I guess. That's sort of what I'm thinking. So up first is Seismitoad, bringing Tom Kench, physically defensive Tom Kench. This is our Lycanroc Dusk switch in. It can also switch into Girder really well, and Kecleon, and Alolan Dugtrio. So it's sort of filling just a physical wall roll this week with Scald, Stealth Rock, Knockoff, and Earth Power. This is basically enough to deal with his team, kind of. I would have liked to maybe had a little bit extra, like, oomph to hit something like Rabombi with, but I opted to go special just in case I don't kill the Lycanroc, but I can burn it, or I can burn like the Kecleon or something like that. That's kind of what my thought process was there. Knockoff for things that want to switch in on me, so like I can easily bring in Seismitoad on something like Lycanroc, and then just Knockoff, considering he's going to switch, because he's definitely going to keep Lycanroc in the back to revenge kill my Darmanitan, which he might think is Scarf, and we'll go over my strategy with that in a second. Porygon 2 is next. We're bringing Download instead of Trace because I don't really see a whole lot of abilities that are worthwhile for me to Trace. Like Tough Claws isn't really worth it. Maybe Protean on the Greninja, but like I don't want to weaken myself by turning myself into an Ice type or an Electric type. Maybe an Absorb on Lanturn, but again, I don't really care that much. Excuse me. Guts on the Girder maybe, but like, He likes to bring Iron Fist a lot, and Girder threatens this out already, so what's the point in that? But if I have Download and I can get a special attack boost, then that's really good. I don't necessarily see him switching every time, otherwise I'd bring Analytic. Yeah, because I think Analytic can actually do some work as well, but I definitely want to say Download's the better play here. Fully specially defensive with Thunder Wave, Recover, Tri-Attack, and Ice Beam. Tri-Attack's good stab, and he doesn't have a Ghost type on his team, so he would have to transform into one with Kecleon, and I might just Ice Beam the Kecleon just because I can. And he can't transform into a Ghost type on Porygon 2 because he can't Shadow Sneak it anyways, so... well, he might be able to actually, and it might just fail. I'm not sure about that. Either way, that's what, like, he's got no Tri-Attack resists outside of Alolan Dugtrio, and Alolan Dugtrio takes Ice Beam neutrally. Ice Beam actually bops quite a few of the Mons on his team. Things like Gabite, things like Carnivine, things like Alolan Dugtrio really don't want to take Ice Beam, and then everything else doesn't want to take a Tri-Attack. Fully Spadef, like I said, this is a hard wall to Rabombi. Rabombi really can't touch me, and I can T-Wave it and then recover in its face. Even if it tries to Quiver Dance on me, I can just Tri-Attack it to death. Unless he's like Quiver Dance Roost, and then I can paralyze him a bunch of times and go into something else to outspeed. Yeah, Rotom-Mow is up next. We're bringing a mixed defensive Rotom-Mow. I'm really not sure how I feel about this, but it doesn't really matter, I don't think. I'm bringing a Will-O-Wisp to burn some stuff, and I don't know how useful it's going to be, especially if he does end up bringing the Guts Girder. I'm not sure how well he scouted me out to know to not bring Iron Fist against me, or to rather bring Guts against me instead of Iron Fist, because I do love using status, but I'm not sure about that. Defog, he's got a lot of hazards, and I need something to hover above Sticky Webs to get rid of them. Volt Switch, Leaf Storm, and Will-O-Wisp. Again, Volt Switch just like demolishes his team. His only immunities are the Gabite, the Dugtrio, and the Lanturn, and none of them want to take a Leaf Storm. Gabite and Dugtrio also don't want to get burnt, so I'm okay with that. I don't have Recovery, so we're sort of going to be needing a lot of support here, and Life Orb, Protean, Forgadier can kind of just like clean sweep my team because it outspeeds everything too, so I might just lose to that at the beginning of the game. This is my really cool strat this week. We're bringing a Sash Darmanitan, crazy. Bring Sash Darmanitan to live. What I'm kind of playing around is him leading either Rabombi or Lycanroc Dusk, two of the biggest threats to my team, and I'm playing around him like leading Lycanroc Dusk and just going for a Cellarrock against me, and I'm Sash, so I can Earthquake him and kill him turn 1. And then if he doesn't lead with either of those and he leads with something slower, then I can U-turn on them. Gabite I might not U-turn on because he could have Rough Skin, and I could preserve the Sash for later. I am outspeeding his slower things still with this, and we're not a Scarf Runner. And then I've got Endeavor in case he wants to switch into something, like if he pops my Sash and he wants to switch into something that's going to be weakened, something really weakened, like something like Carnivine. Well, he probably wouldn't switch in Carnivine on me, but like if he wants to switch in like Lanturn afterwards, after I pop my Sash, then I can Endeavor it and get it super, super, super low. Just like blow back one of his balls to a low amount of HP. I'm running Adamant Max Attack with Max Speed. This actually speed ties with Max Speed Gabite. Now, I don't think he's going to run max speed Goodbite, but if he does run max speed Goodbite, I don't care about outspeeding it by 1 point. I'd rather just speed tie it. I think Adamant is just going to give me the damage output that I need to break through things like Shuka-Berry Lycanroc, if he does happen to be that, and that's kind of what's important to me. Or if he leads even like a Alolan Dugtrio, breaking through like Shuka Dugtrio. I actually think I threaten out the Delphox turn 1 if he wanted to lead with that. So there's a lot of things at play here, but this is absolutely my dedicated lead, is the Stormanitan. Next up, we're bringing Dollop, Keviaberry Dollop for the Girder. That's pretty much the reason that I have Keviaberry, actually, is only for Poison Jab. It's really going to suck if Alolan Dugtrio is the thing that comes in on my Slurpuff then. But I am running Cotton Guard, which will up my defense by 3, I believe. Yeah, defense by 3. So I can eat the Poison Jab from Girder, get my Keviaberry up, and then at +3 I'm not threatened by the Poison Jab very much anymore. Dazzling Gleam blows through his team, and I'm also unburdened, so that'll be helpful there. Dazzling Gleam blows through his team, and at +3 things like a Celerock won't really be able to kill me, I don't think. Sticky Web in case I can get them up, and Dazzling Gleam plus Surf basically just kills everything, honestly. Like, his Dazzling Gleam resists are Alolan Dugtrio and the Delphox, and both of them die to Surf, so that's why I'm packing the Surf on here. 44 speed. This is enough speed for us to outspeed Ribombee, max speed Ribombee once we get our Unburden boost after Keviaberry popping. His walls below me don't really run speed, so I'm not concerned about outspeeding them because I think I'm going to outspeed them anyways. So this speed investment is really just for when I pop my Unburden. Max Special Attack Modest with a ton of HP investment and a little bit of defense. I think that the HP investment is really going to help when I get my Cotton Guard up. Last but not least is Duosion, and I'm not sure how this is going to work, and Duosion did pick up its first death of the season against Austin, the Atlantis Raptors, but I'm hoping that this Duosion set can pull off a win for me. I don't know, we'll sort of see. I'm really hoping, and I'm hoping. It's a pretty standard Duosion set, physically defensive with Calm Mind, Psychic, Recover, and Shadow Ball. His Psychic resist is Delphox, essentially, and if he wants to change into a Dark type with things like Frogadier, then Shadow Ball can still hit it, technically. This is a decent way to revenge kill the Girder. I'm really scared about Bug Buzz from Ribombee. That threatens me. Things like Crunch from Lycanroc Dusk threaten me. He does have a few knockoff users, things like Girder, things like Kecleon, and I think Carnivine all get knockoff. Lanturn is absolutely setup fodder, and Delphox is most likely setup fodder as well. Gabite could potentially be setup fodder, but again, I basically need a lot of stuff like Dead or Weakened for Duosion to sort of be able to win, because once I lose my Violate, then I'm just like a sitting duck for things like Lycanroc Dusk to just kill me. But that's Duosion, so maybe it can pick up a win, I'm not sure. Again, I'm not super confident in how this game is going to play out, but I do think that I have a solid opportunity to clinch the division and clinch playoffs here. And so that's what I'm playing for. Obviously, I'm actually probably going to be playing for an 11-1 season at this rate because I really want to show off how strong my team is, despite it not having anything over base 100. Anyways, that's going to be it for me, and I will catch you guys for the match.